My favorite thing about the sport is truly the integration of science and technology and engineering with athletics. My name is Curt Tomasevicz. I am the Director of Sport Performance for USA Bobsled and Skeleton. In real short, I describe it as I'm doing everything I can to help us go faster. When I first started out, the engineering process was very much, I'll say, trial and error. The data is becoming more accessible to us, so that instant and real-time feedback is really what we're capitalizing on now. When we started working with Snowflake Intelligence, it was great to see how quickly we could ask very, very specific questions. The general concept is run as fast as you can, and when you're at top speed, jump in. Jumping in at top speed means that 4 different athletes have to leave the ice at the same time, and that's not really feasible. The specific question we asked was, again, what is the ideal depth and spot to jump into the track? This data set has, over 2 million specific entry points. So we have to break it down to make sure that the athletes are loading into the sled just before they hit top speed. Athletes have different stride lengths. So how does that affect when the athletes should get into the sled? They have a tendency to want to run with the sled much deeper down the hill. Now, optimally, we sometimes have to pull them back a little bit and say, get in 2, maybe 3 steps prior to that, because if they run too deep, then they have to pull back on the sled a little bit to get in. And so it goes against the athlete's tendency sometimes, but the data from Snowflake is really supporting that optimal loading spot. When you can support a coach's instruction with data, then it really takes hold a lot more. Athletes are more apt to listen. They can see graphs and charts, and they know exactly where they want to be visually. The sport is always progressing in a positive way. Thanks to Snowflake Intelligence, we've been able to ask some very specific questions to help our athletes do their very best